А зачем снимаете?
Жизнь плохая, кушать нету, пенсия мало, не могу жить, вот и все. И все дорого, в магазине ничего нету, работа сокращения. Что такое? Сдох надо быстро. Война, днем и ночь работали. А сейчас работ нету. Все сокращения. Что такое? Все сокращения. Что такое? А я отца седьмой год. Седьмой молодых. А что 37-й год убили Сталин. Вот. Один брат убили. Вот эта война. Сегодня жизнь плохой я видел. 37-й год убили. Вот когда он Чингис Айтматова, там Маилька нашла. Хилет 12 рублей. Магазин добавляет, государство добавляет. Союз был и все было. Союз надо союз.
Kyrgyzstan, the land beyond the clouds, more beautiful than its own picture postcards. Kyrgyzstan is poetry on an epic scale, quite tragically caught in the vortex of recent Cold War politics. For years, this wonderful sunny land with the Tian Shan ranges on its fringes was used by the USSR as an observation post to keep an eye on Xinjiang province of China, with which Kyrgyzstan has a border. In some ways, the country can be said to be more democratic than other Central Asian republics. After all, in the recent elections, monitored by international observers, President Askar Akayev actually defeated his communist rival. Elsewhere in Central Asia, old communists have transformed themselves into democrats and free market enthusiasts. The Kyrgyz people are breeders of cattle, sheep, horses and pigs.
Ну, как, наши же, свои, собственные, да, собственные свои.
The name of this rancher in western Kyrgyzstan is MELS, MELS, which stands for Marx, Engels, Lenin and Stalin.
Ну, свои ничего не получаем здесь. Просто так она лежит. Как?
Вы не знаете, какой доход вы имеете?
Ну, как можно говорить?
It's a kind of secret. He doesn't want to talk about it.
Much of Kyrgyzstan's own economy is tied to Moscow. It was the producer of raw materials which went to the manufacturing industries monitored by Moscow. This is why, even though the Russian economy is sinking, Kyrgyzstan finds it impossible to pull out of the ruble zone at present. When the dollar is touching the sky and the ruble is in the mud, why has Bishkek, why has Kyrgyzstan decided to stay on in the ruble zone?
Not only Kyrgyzstan, but altogether 6 states. And we did it because, you know, that our economy closely connected with the Russian economy. Our economy was based on the production of raw materials, and these raw materials went to Russia and go to Russia now. And we received a lot of goods, consumer goods, and etc., from Russia. And that's why we decided to be in the ruble zone. And
in other words, you may opt out of the ruble zone later, once you diversify your economy.
Mm-hmm. You know, it is very difficult to make long-term predictions. That's why it's very difficult to say. But as far as I know, the aim of the Republic of Kyrgyzstan to keep it and to maintain the community of sovereign states. That's why we'll see.
Because everything is very expensive. At the state store you can't afford any food. And at the commercial stores you can't buy anything because it's very expensive.
Why has this happened?
Почему это случилось? I don't know. Why it happened.
Да. Да. А где наш? Все это тут, например, вот это.
Look at this bubble gum.
Не наши же,
Chewing gum. It's not. It was manufactured in China. For instance, these boots, these shoes were manufactured in China. And we don't manufacture any stuff here.
Вот я своей зарплате этот куплю, это что буду? Кем я буду кормить семью? Еще даже этого не хватает. Зарплаты что не хватит?
How much is this for?
Как это, сколько стоит?
1200.
1,200 rubles?
Yes.
For the shoes?
No.
And 1,200 is his salary?
My pension is very small and I can't afford...
This collection of small shops is Kyrgyzstan's contribution to the free market. This woman, a pensioner, has on her stall a hat, a scarf, a pair of socks as the only items on sale.
I just want 100 rubles for that hat. It's very old hat, you see, and no one wants to buy it.
There is in this country, as elsewhere in Central Asia, a desperate hunger for consumer goods. Ironically, this demand for consumer items is fulfilled by imports from one of the world's few surviving communist economies, China.
Пожалуй, да. Пожалуй, да. Китай, пожалуй, сегодня уже у нас с Китаем развиваются очень динамично торгово-экономические связи. И мы считаем, что в будущем Китай будет одним из самых главных наших торговых партнеров. Этому способствуют автомобильные дороги, которые нас связывают с Китайской Народной Республикой.
So Islamic fundamentalism in your southern half of your country is a danger, or is it not?
Конечно, несомненно. Несомненно. Нас беспокоит экспансия фундаментализма. И для всех очевидно, что вот за кровавыми конфликтами, за теми событиями, которые происходят в Таджикистане, стоят силы и влияние фундаментализма. И они могут распространить дестабилизирующее влияние и на наши страны, Кыргызстан, Узбекистан. Но в нашем огромном регионе Центральной Азии как раз религиозный экстремизм присущ исламскому фундаментализму.
Since it is fashionable these days to look into the potential of Muslim fundamentalism everywhere, I did so too. Yes, religion is returning. But fundamentalism? Well, the scores of people in downtown Bishkek who did not know where the city's mosque was tells its own story.
Excuse me. Извините, пожалуйста, а где мечеть находится, не знаете? Мечеть где находится?
Мечеть?
Да.
Мусульман мечеть. А вон там дальше.
Go straight ahead. Go straight ahead. Здравствуйте. Скажите, пожалуйста, где находится мечеть?
Мусульман мечеть.
Не поняла. Где находится мусульманская мечеть?
А, мечеть? Мечеть у нас не знаю, где там. Но постоянно будет, когда вот мусульманское обычае, ну там площадь Ленина, центральный.
On the Lenin Square, she said.
А сейчас не знаю, где, точно не знаю.
Supposed to be, but right now I don't know.
А там русские, я знаю, здесь где-то там.
But I know where you can find the Russian Orthodox Church, if you're interested. As to мечеть, she doesn't know.
Мечеть мусульман?
Мусульманский, сейчас вот так правда вверх, потом по московский налево сразу город. Это первый, второй, это четвертый светофор, пятый светофор налево.
So you have to go straight ahead this direction, about 4 or 3 blocks, and then turn on the left side, and go straight ahead, and there you can find
Ask him. Where is a Musliman masjid here?
Где находится мусульманская мечеть?
Там, по-моему.
It seems to me at this direction.
You've never seen a mosque here?
Yes, they saw the mosque.
But where?
But here. It's far from here. It's this direction.
That man was saying in this direction, you are saying in that direction.
Сказал, что мечеть. Значит, вам надо сесть. Вы меня не надо. Вы мне...
Мусульман мечеть.
Где находится мечеть?
Какая? Мусульманская. Не знаю, там русская.
He doesn't know.
Значит, Володя берут, ну, это церковь там. Церковь, мечеть. Вот идемте, девушку спросим. Саид, еще там вот спрашиваю. Саид?
He doesn't know. Ask the other people. Камеру показал.
Вот так пойдем. Вы пешком пойдете?
Да.
Нет, мы на машине
На
поедем.
машине вон на
На
голубой.
машине, да? На голубой. Вы знаете, вот так выедете, да? Прямо. И на Ленинский проспект. Вот эта центральная дорога, это есть Ленинский проспект. По Ленинскому проспекту заверните на Гоголя.
Налево, направо?
Налево. Ну, как?
Туда.
Направо. Туда.
Направо.
Туда. Где 1000 мелочей стоите, не знаю?
Нет, мы не вместе.
Ну вот прямо вот так, вот до конца, вот следующий этот, не правда, не этот, а вот центральная улица где? Вот там завернете.
That is how difficult it was to reach the central mosque, Bishkek's Jama Masjid, in a country where the world is fearing the spread of fundamentalism. Arrows with masjid scrawled on the walls were the only reliable guides to the mosque ultimately. But once inside, the congregation of the faithful was reasonably impressive.
Кыргызстан исламский статус не имеет. Потому что религия отделена от государства. Как и все другие религии, ислам тоже отделен от государства. Сейчас это и достаточно. Для того, чтобы ислам должен развиваться, и все наши молодежи, вот, будущее поколение, должны получить знания по исламу хорошенько. Потом, когда все будут желать, тогда и статус, государственный статус ислама будет в Кыргызстане.
Yeah, everybody drinks vodka and everybody eats pork.
Да, очень увлечены наши киргизы на северной стороне.
И свинину едят еще.
И свинину едят, да.
You're absolutely right.
So what is he going to do about it?
И что вы собираетесь делать по этому поводу?
Мы разъясняем, обучаем вот это вот будущее поколение для того, чтобы они не продолжали привычки своих отцов. Среди молодежи сейчас идет пропаганда вот это вот, других представителей других религий. Это влияет на нашу молодежь тоже. Вот это вот проблема.
Which religion? Did he name them?
Новые религии, православные, христианские, еще сектанты. Еще появились здесь Кришне.
For example, Hare Krishna and also
Откуда-то появились.
Christianity.
Бахаизм появился.
Baha'ism. No communism?
Ну не коммунизм, да?
Нет, коммунизм уже отвергнут.
No, communism is over. It's 2 years old.
How many members of the movement here?
Где-то около 30 человек.
About 30 people.
In all of Kyrgyzia?
Во всей Киргизии.
About 30 people. Do you think are more and more people getting attracted to it?
I mentioned that it's about 30 people, but they can be instructors. And also we have a lot of people who are interested in Hare Krishna.
Who was your guru?
My guru is Gopala Krishna Goswami Maharaj.
Gopala Krishna Goswami Maharaj. Where is he?
Он сейчас ездит по миру, проповедует.
He's pretty busy, and right now he's traveling all over the world.
But where did he meet him?
Вы встречались?
На Алматы. Он приезжал в Алмату.
He came to Almaty once and I met him there.
Is he an Indian?
Он индиец? Yes.
Joldosh.
Joldosh means star.
Joldosh. Are you a Kyrgyz?
Вы киргиз?
Were you a Muslim?
А вы были мусульманином?
Нет, не был мусульманом.
Never.
You were never a Muslim?
Вы никогда не были мусульманином?
Я был атеистом, я работал в консульской работе, как говорится.
He was a consular leader.
Я был коммунист, член коммунист.
And
Коммунистской партии.
also he was a member of the Communist Party.
Then how did you change to this new life?
А потом как вы решили изменить свою жизнь таким образом, чтобы прийти к этому?
Ну, один прекрасный день я встречал или купил Бхагавад-гиту, священное писание.
Once he bought book Bhagavad Gita,
читая Бхагавад-гиту,
he
я
read
понял,
this book and he decided to change his life.
Your parents must have been very unhappy because your parents are Muslims.
Да, у меня есть мать, отец давно умер. Я являюсь
Your father, his parents were Muslim, and his dad, he died.
Don't you feel strange when you go out, everybody in society treats you like you are an oddity, that you are a freak?
На улице, да? Нет. Сейчас уже, который, как говорится, в материальном мире или в улицах, люди все знают о Кришне. Они нам встречают с улыбкой Харе Кришна, Харе Бо. Харе Кришна, 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 Харе Харе. Харе Рама, 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 Харе Харе. Харе Кришна, Харе Кришна, Кришна Кришна, Харе Харе. Харе Рама, Харе Рама, Рама Рама, Харе Харе.
Clearly, religion is filling up the emotional, spiritual area that communism has left vacant. As everywhere, Kuwaitis and the Saudis, and funnily enough, even secular Turkey, have placed huge sums of money at the disposal of the Muslims to build a larger mosque, one on a scale that Bishkek's citizens will remember.
And they have got blueprints for building a huge mosque. There's money coming from Kuwait and from Turkey to build mosques in this. Do you have a policy on religion?
Наша политика в области религии ясная и простая.
If you're interested in question about our policy in religion, I may say you that it's simply and very clear.
Я за возрождение религии, за возрождение ислама. Только в плане утверждения нравственности в обществе, исключительно. Ислам – хорошая школа морального воспитания молодежи. Но я категорически против политизации ислама. Политизированный ислам – это страшная разрушительная сила. Я против нее. Я противник исламского фундаментализма.
And I am real fighter against of Islamic fundamentalism.
Потому что фундаментализм ведет к регрессу, а не прогрессу.
Because fundamentalism destroys everything.
So far, nothing has been able to destroy the exquisite beauty of this land, caught in the process of transformation from a nomadic people to a settled citizenry, from communism to a democratic state. In some ways, Lake Issyk-Kul, one of the largest mountain lakes in the world, 6,300 square kilometers, symbolizes Kyrgyzstan. It is so deep that until the other day, the Soviet Union conducted its submarine experiments in its depths. It reflects as much on Kyrgyzstan's beauty as the lifestyle of the old leadership of the Soviet Union, that every Soviet leader since Brezhnev found time to spend a few days at the dachas built on the shores of Lake Issyk-Kul. In 1985, Rajiv and Sonia Gandhi spent a night in this dacha. But Kyrgyzstan is groping, looking for foreign investments, inviting the Indian hotel and tourism industry to come forward and transform this paradise on earth into a holiday resort.
You have been to California. When do you think will your country be something begin to resemble that other prosperous nation that you visited some months ago?
Never.
Hmm?
I think never.
Why do you say that?
You mean when our country will become to the same prosperity as California, as United States?
Yes.
Well, never.
Never?
Never, yes, of course.
Then what is the aspiration that you would have for your country? What should it become like?
Well, I wish we'll become like one of the European countries, like maybe Spain, maybe Italy. But, you know, it's just words. It's impossible to change this country just by some reforms. Even if you change the mentality, it still takes time to change the whole situation in this country, and probably we need 100 years to change.
Really?
Yeah.
What is your dream country? What is the model country that you have in front of you? Young people like yourself.
Well, I love France very much, but I don't think that it's a kind of model. I can say you truly that Sweden, for instance, is a model. And also the United States, it's not a model.
No?
It just, you know, just country where I would like to live, maybe, but it's not a model. And in general, we don't
Which is the model?
We don't have any model.
No, but do you have any in your mind, some ideal country?
But it doesn't mean, if I have ideal country, it doesn't mean that it's real country. See?
It's a utopia you have in your head.
Yeah, it's utopia, exactly.
But most young people think like you? Educated young people in the cities?
Well, some of them consider, for instance, Sweden as their model country, as their, you know, as a country which has high standards, and it's like real socialism there.
You like socialism?
No, I don't like socialism.
Then why do you say that some people want Sweden to be the model because there is socialism there?
Well, because it's like a mixture of socialism and capitalism. So.
You like that mixture?
No, I don't like any mixtures. I don't like capitalism, I don't like socialism. I just want to live in normal society.
What is a normal society?
I don't know, it's, you know, it's once again, it's utopia. And it's probably impossible to get it.